Hey there, soul seekers. It is intuitive energy guide, clairvoyant and source energy channel, Cathy Weiss here. Welcome to your weekly energy reading. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here on the central coast of California, and this is your energy reading for the week of August 5th, 2019. Although keep in mind, if you happen to stumble across this video at any other time, there's good information in here. There's a reason why you're here. So stay with the video even if it isn't August 5th, 2019. So I wanted to get started this afternoon with this beautiful quartz crystal. Like, holy moly, you guys, there is a reason why I chose this one today. I normally choose much smaller ones for us, but this beautiful, beautiful crystal, first of all, you guys, my fabulous Mr. Weiss I don't even know if harvested is the right word, but he was many, many years ago in a cave in New Mexico where these were like growing all over the cave, and he selected and brought this one home. And this was before we even knew each other. So it's basically this has been growing forever and ever in that cave in his hands, and now here for all of us to share. And what's cool about clear quartz is it helps to like remove negative energy or like these negative thought patterns, and it helps to increase our spiritual alignment or a spiritual awareness, and help us really connect with source energy. And we're all going to be needing a little bit more of that this week, and here's why. There's this like wave of funk is the best way I can describe it. And I don't mean like, here comes funk. Oh yeah, it's more like Captain Poopy Pants kind of a funk, right? Sort of a little bit of a bad attitude, like yesterday was no different than today, as in things like all your bills are paid, you have a great job, you have people that love you, there's a roof over your head, you have food, clothing, shelter, like all the things that you need and desire you have, and yet for some reason you're just a little bit like, meh. Now, again, here's the thing. If you're not feeling that right now, don't discount this video, because there's going to be some information in here to help you the next time that happens, okay? So I'm just going to peek over at my notes to keep us on track. Here's the thing. This wave of like funk, kind of like just a little bit of a bad attitude sort of a situation, or just sort of like not feeling it. It came in about the middle of last week is when I started to pick up on it. And it really is washing over us like this big giant wave. So some of us started feeling it last week. Some of us are feeling it this morning, and I did feel a little bit of a heightened awareness of it today, to the point where, like, guys, I was like, I wonder if I can like ditch out on half of my week and run to Disneyland because I love Disneyland, and like maybe that'll like get me out of the mood or whatever it is. And some of us are going to be feeling this wave a little bit later this week. So one thing to keep in mind, if you've got that sort of like funk mood, whether it already happened, it's happening now, or it might catch up with you a little bit later this week, is to know that it's temporary. This is not going to last forever. When we get in those places, and I was there at the middle of last week, and a little bit of a resurgence this morning as I could feel this energy hitting more people. It's like we kind of feel like we're going to be there forever, and we're never going to be in a great mood again. Everything's like boring, or you're over it, or meh, whatever it is. It is going to pass. It's a wave. It's going to flow through you. So there's more information about the real specific details of the temporary nature in this week's newsletter. So make sure you open that up and watch the replay of today's video, share it with a friend. And if you don't get my newsletter yet, private message me your email address and I'll add you to the list, because there's always extra tidbits in there, not just this week about the temporary nature of things, but every week there's always extra little goodies to support what we're talking about. You can also subscribe on my website, which is cathy-weiss.com. And when you do that, you get a bonus free mini intuitive reading from me. So it's kind of a win-win over there. But no, guys, this funk is a wave that is passing over us, and it's trying to tell you something. Generally, when we're in this sort of a mood, where again, there's nothing dramatically different from yesterday that to today, nothing dramatically has changed or gone wrong that would sort of precipitate this mood. It's trying to tell you that there's something that you need that you either aren't doing or not taking the time to do for yourself. You're sort of like denying yourself. So it could be that you need some rest, or maybe you need to play a little bit more, take some time off. Maybe you need to do a little bit more of like the things you enjoy creatively, like paint or draw or write or play a musical instrument. Maybe you actually need to like carve out some time to just hunker down and get some work done, right? Sometimes when you just feel like things are piling up and you don't ever have a good chunk of time to finish tasks, that can create that funky feeling too. So start to ask yourself this week, what is it that this mood is telling me? What do I need a little bit more of? Is it playtime, rest time, work time? And then, guys, give that to yourself. You know, for me, like I said, I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if I can escape to Disneyland." Well, I probably can't escape to Disneyland this week, but I did decide I'm going to take a day off where I don't have any appointments scheduled. I'm just going to block that day off and I'm going to go take a little bit of a rest because that's what I'm needing to like get out, head to the beach, do something other than work because I've actually been working really productively. So start to ask yourself, what is the funkified feelings indicating that I need to give or do for myself? Now, I do have a channeled message for you guys that goes right on top of this. And I love how the channeled messages, even when I have written them days or weeks or even months before, they're always served up in the perfect timing. So this channeled message I wrote down on July 27th, but it just really aligns with what we're talking about today. So here's what it says. And I love it when our guides give us a little bit of sense of humor and levity to the situation because it says, holy moly, times are changing, energy is shifting, gears are turning. Hang on. Tune out the world for just a moment and check in with you. You've got to do what feels good for you. You've got to do what feels good for you in health, in business, in life. And it's okay to seek the opinion of others, but take the time to digest and absorb and sort of contemplate what others are saying and then sort out what's right for you. You're the only one who knows. So you've got to step away from all of the external input, which is valuable. It's how we make sense of things. But you have to step back for a minute and really think like, okay, and which of this is right for me right now today? And if you can do that this week and really trust that what you need to move through and beyond a little bit of a funkified week or two, then all will be well. All will be well. All will be well. You are complete. We go in peace. This message is complete. Love that, guys. Love that so much. So, you know what you need this week, and your job is really to do that for yourself. Whether it's a few hours or a day or even a couple of days, I promise the wheels of the world will not stop turning. As a matter of fact, you'll probably feel better about the way the wheels of the world are turning if you can take that time to give yourself the thing that you're really needing or missing. I'm going to move this beautiful crystal out of the way here for just a second so that we can have an oracle card to, whoa, they're sliding all over the place, so that we can have an oracle card to support and wrap up this message. And today I'm going with the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It just really spoke to me today, something about like nature and then and sort of like the wisdom of nature. You know what I mean? The animals of nature don't question their needs. They just fulfill them in a very deep instinctual manner. And sometimes it's easy for us to get so caught up in our head and trying to justify what our instinct is telling us that we need. And that's why I thought this would be a really supportive deck today. So gave that a nice shuffle, and I'm just gonna cut it right. No, I see a spot. Hang on, right there. So our card for today is Electric eel spirit. That's fascinating. It says, bring your ideas to life. Look at the beautiful color of this card. By the way, how crazy is it that my fingernails totally match the card? And this is really about the color and the energy of this week. I didn't really drop down into that. But blue, number one, as far as the chakras go, this sort of shade of blue is up here at third eye level. And it's really about, again, like that inner wisdom and that inner knowing. And it's also very cooling and soothing. So in the northern hemisphere, when we're in this pitta energy, which is hot and fiery, which can also lead to us feeling a little bit in that like irritated, funky mood, this color is like really soothing and calming. So like, hey, go paint your nails, wear some jewelry, wear some clothing, let this color be the color for the week for you. But as far as bring your ideas to life, sometimes that can sound like so esoteric, like bring your big grand ideas to life. And it is, right? It is about that, but it can also be these smaller, quieter ideas. The idea that you need a day off, the idea that you need to step away from social media, the idea that you need to block some time in your calendar to actually tackle some tasks that have been lingering. Those are ideas too. So don't get fooled, guys, by esoteric stuff. When we say like showing up and be visible in the world or bring your ideas to life, that it's always this big, huge, grand, exotic idea. Sometimes it is, but even for those things to come to life, they're born from the tiniest, simplest, most mundane actions. So this week, again, what you're really invited and asked to do, your number one action step this week is to give yourself the thing that you need, that the funky mood is telling you is missing for you right now. I'm going to pop into the guidebook just to kind of confirm and follow up with what I just channeled for you about this beautiful card. But it says, seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you are meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you right now, so celebrate. Here's the deal, and this is how that idea ties in. Sometimes we can't get to the epiphanies and the ahas and those ideas when we're stuck in the mood. And so following your instinct and trusting your heart about what you need to do to soothe the mood, to nourish and fulfill yourself, is going to lead to some of those bigger sparked ideas, right? They can't flow in. Like, I promise you guys, 100%, those those magical moments cannot flow in when you're in a, and there's nothing wrong with being that way. It might last a couple of days. It's going to be temporary. It's going to be okay. Go read your email. Matter of fact, your email today is titled "It's okay." Like it's okay to be this way, but know that you can soothe it for yourself. Let me just pop in one more second. It says your life has potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started bringing your idea to life. So, again, guys, the bigger stuff is going to flow in, the big ahas or the next thing or the next right step, even if the next right step is just chilling out right where you are in life for a while. That's going to flow in when you take the time to really let your inner compass be your guide this week. And if you're like so stuck and you still have no idea or no clue how to do that, join me for our group session of mini messages on Monday evenings at 5:30 Pacific time or 8 a.m. Wednesdays now. That's a new time, so our worldwide soul tribe can join live and not necessarily have to catch the replay of that, or hit me up for a private one-on-one session. Sometimes we get so stuck that we need someone else to hear our hearts when for whatever reason we're unable to hear for ourselves. And that's okay too. And that's why I have this gift, so that I can help you hear when You just can't quite sort it out for yourself. And I can help you become more aligned with that inner truth and that inner knowingness that flows to you from source energy. I'm hearing that this message is complete. You guys heard everything that you need. But as always, if you have questions or comments, shoot them out to me. And I look forward to seeing you again next week for your weekly energy reading and in either mini messages or a private one-on-one session this week as well. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. I'll see you again next time. Namaste. Bye. Bye twice.